Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great on this Saturday evening. Um, I'm a little bit under the weather again. I was sick last week, and I'm sick again. Coming down with something. I've been like sneezing like crazy. But anyway, that's besides the point. I still wanted to, sorry. I still wanted to make sure I checked in with you guys since it's Saturday, and I almost always do a Saturday night reading. So with all that said, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and I hope that you like what you see here. I hope that you decide to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can be alerted of when I go live and when I post. If you've been already rocking with your girl for a little bit and you've already subscribed, thank you for the continued support and thank you for coming back. Can't do it without you guys. Slowly growing, slowly expanding, slowly reaching new people of the audience, so that's always nice. And of the collective, I should also say. Hey, Aya, how are you? Beautiful. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to kind of just tap right on in. As you guys saw, based on the thumbnail and the title, this is just going to be like a check-in for the fall to kind of see what might be coming towards you guys, and things of that nature. Hi, Amanda, how are you? This is a collective reading, guys, so it's just very general messages for the collective. Take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind, because it's not, not every single part is going to be your story, but most people tend to resonate, so. I'm okay. I didn't sleep well like at all last night, and then today I'm not feeling all that great. Having car issues, so it's just a lot, like all at once. Stressed out about that. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in my car, and I'm just like, I don't got money like that right now to be stressing about that. But so like you said, like kind of energetically going through it, I definitely could relate to that. But yeah, so okay, my beauties, let's see what's going on with you guys. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective energy. Show them what they need to see at this time for their highest good. When it comes to the energy that they're releasing for the fall, right? Fall is all about releasing energy, and what they might be welcoming in energetically as well. Hey, Monica, how are you, darling? Oh, Aya. Ooh, that's pretty crazy. Now, I want to know more. You might have to hit me up later in my inbox. So, excuse me. All right, so what's going on with the collective? What do they need to know? Here's the most accurate. Well, Aya. Let's see. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Yeah, so I'm just kind of getting a lot of people, the emotions are running high. We've had a lot of stuff going on just in general, right? Between, the retrograde and supermoons and full moons and like it's just been a lot, right? A lot of stuff kind of happening all at once. So a lot of people are kind of feeling that old residual energy even now. Yeah, kind of just going through it, right? Going through the emotions. So what else is going on with the collective? That was just on the bottom of the deck, but a lot of you might be feeling that energetic shift right now. Feeling really tired, some of you. Having a hard time sleeping, maybe. Overthinking. Things like that. Hey, Clovis. Hope I'm saying your name right. How are you? And thank you for my moderators for being A1 subscribers. I'm helping your sister out right now with people being stupid. My girl, God, throat chakra, guys. Y'all might be having an issue with the throat chakra. Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. Hey, sis. How are you, my darling? We have Mr. Ethan. Hey, Ethan, how are you? So card that came out officially on the spread is the energy is gaining momentum, waxing new. Nice. So between the energy running high, right? Because we did see that. And just, maybe there was like a lot of slow progression or something along those lines. You could just be like kind of feeling like, waiting, right? The waiting game of when things are going to start picking up and things like that. What else? What else? What else? All right. Take time to breathe out. Decimating moon. So this is a time where some of you guys really need to just take a breath, right? Maybe like you've been doing too much or trying to do too much at one time, biting off more than you can chew sometimes, and needing to take a breather, right? Take a moment to relax. Do something nice for yourself so that you can allow yourself to be able to show up when you need to show up, right? In the different areas of your life, whether it's work, friendships, family, so on and so forth. I know, that's crazy, right? It's been happening a lot. I don't know if you guys follow Miss Hawaii Tarot, but last night she went on in the middle of the night and I couldn't sleep, so I was watching her, and the comment, like, she was just like talking, like, it wasn't a reading, but it was nice to like watch her just be in her element and being silly and stuff. And the comments were crazy, and I'm just like, what is wrong with people? But it's letting me know that I'm getting reach, right? So it's like they wouldn't be here if I wasn't showing up on their timeline. So that means that when the right people happen to be up here, which we have a lot of those people here right now, the momentum will continue to grow, right? Energy is gaining momentum. I like it. I like it. Hey Joshua, how are you? So yeah, I take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Yeah, people are crazy. That's probably what he does with his own mom or something like that. But yeah, we have a win-win outcome for the forecast. It says full moon in Libra. Balancing things out. It's like almost like as if no matter what the outcome ultimately is, it might not always be exactly the way you want it when you want it, but things are going to start shifting and changing exactly the way that they're meant to in due time. So there are things coming in. We're going to dive deeper, obviously. Your dream needs a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus, so you guys might be at this point where you're trying to plan something out, right? Which you might be putting a lot of work into, and again, they're telling you let go a little bit, right? Kind of release a little bit. You don't have to hold on so tightly. Excuse me. You don't have to hold on so tightly. Sit down and plan. Now, we talked about this recently, literally, like maybe not the last reading I did, but maybe the one prior to that, or maybe both. But I do remember talking about some of you guys needing to sit down and put pen, I think it was the last reading, put pen to paper was what I heard. I'm hearing it again. Sit down, come up with a practical plan. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. You got some type of idea or something like that, or ideas that you're trying to put, into fruition, but at the same time, planning it out, and really looking at the details, I think, is really important. And again, being practical, because sometimes what happens is, we have all the intentions of having, excuse me, of having these great ideas, and we set ourselves up for failure by, not allowing ourselves to, really map it out, like, oh, I'm just going to do this all willy-nilly. And, and it's like, you can't just always just jump in head first, and, not kind of test the waters first, right? You got to have a plan. So whatever that means for you, whether it's moving or a creative idea that you have, getting a couple of different things. Those were the ones that stood out the most. Let me get in something for a creative, possibly, though. Creative idea. Business owners. Something like that. Um, tell us more. I'm sorry, my energy might be a little bit low, guys, because I'm really tired, but I'm here. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Um, so we have this energy of putting in your efforts, right, into the right things, right relationships. I'm also getting paying attention to the things that you happen to pour your energy into, right? And that's when you kind of start to reap some positive benefits. But you know, we're not doing it just for the benefits of something, right? We're doing it because I'm saying we because I fall in this category too. Um, knowing that, you know, what we pour our energies into is just as valuable as trying to get the words out. See how like my throat chakra is like closed off? Some of you guys probably have to work on that. I would not be shocked if in the other deck that I plan on using, if that were to show up, because I'm just having a hard time getting my words out. There must be something that you guys want to say and you're having a hard time saying it. We have meditate and contemplate on the bottom. Let's get one more from this deck. It's like, it's a lot going on here. Yeah, it came out officially now. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Maybe some meditation for you guys will be helpful when it comes to balancing some chakras out. In particular, for some of you, possibly the throat chakra. I'm also possibly getting heart chakra too. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But I'm getting those. Maybe you guys have been very closed off when it comes to putting yourself out there in some kind of way because you're like, I always get the shitty end of the stick anyway, so why would I do that? You know what I mean? But they're saying, you know, because there's a card that says it's time to give rather than take. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with allowing yourself to be able to be a giving, you know, kind-hearted person, right? It's just about being able to find that sense of balance. Making sure that your relationships are reciprocal, right? And not so transactional, you know what I mean? Getting something like that. We do have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. I like it. I like it. I might say your name wrong, but I think your name is like YM or something like that. YM. How are you? And I do apologize if I said it wrong, but welcome. We have it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. And step out of your comfort zone. North node. You gotta follow that north node. If you guys are aware of what your north node is, I know mine is Taurus. Following where you're being guided, right? Maybe that's part of the reason why they also said that it could be important to meditate right now, as you excuse me, figure out this plan, right? But they're basically saying, like, you know, luck is on your side. There's a lot of cool things that are about to start coming towards you because of the fact that you've been putting in all this hard work and, you know, dedication, effort, and they recognize that, right? Yeah, you might have felt like you were some of you might be feeling like you're stuck in this energy, right? Or have been for a while. The Five of Pentacles, feeling like kind of just between like a rock and hard place, you know what I mean? Yeah, after some tower moments maybe for some of you. Let me know if that resonates. All right, let's get down to business, shall we? So, I'm also getting for somebody who ends up watching this seems very specific, so please take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But I'm getting this energy that somebody might have been displaced recently, or they're kind of recovering from that kind of loss. That seems very specific though. So again, just take it as it resonates. But like, you know, maybe living with other people, you know, people close to you helping you out while you're kind of going through some stuff, but like you're about to start like kind of, you know, coming out of that energy, getting something like that possibly. Like I said, that seems very, very specific. So like when I saw the Tower card and then I saw that Five of Pentacles, I like literally saw somebody like the world around them, like I saw it like as a visual like thing, like world around them just crumbling and feeling like they had nothing, and they just had to kind of pick up the scraps and figure out where they were gonna go. Yeah, I don't know if someone went through like a natural disaster type of thing, or or it's more figurative, but either way, it does look like things are about to start looking up for you, or at least I'm going to send all the love and light your way that it will get better, you know. Wow, interesting. Right. So we got the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck in the reverse. What the hell is that about? Maybe some of you guys saw the truth about like a player kind of energy. You guys, you're very intuitive, highly intuitive. Maybe you saw through a person's manipulations or something romantically, and you moved on from that. Some of you might have physically moved. For some of you, might have even had a child with this person. Yeah. Wow. So that. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay. There's a reason why I was drawn to use this deck, because I've been using my other deck like crazy lately, and I got drawn to use my witchy tarot deck. I haven't used these in a while, so. All right. Let's see. Let's get a cross of truth for this reading. So what's going on for the collective when it comes to this fall energy? What's coming in? What's being let go of? What's going on currently? All right. Moving on, baby. Moving on. I just heard one of my students. No more whammies. Keep those whammies away. I don't know why that just popped in my head. It's cute. But yeah, it's like, you know, just moving on, man. Picking up the pieces. And literally the it wants could represent moving for some. Or just fast moving progression, right? We did see this card earlier, which was the energy is gaining momentum. So I feel like, you know, there was like a standstill for some of you guys for a while, and now it's like there's so much shit happening all at once, and it's a lot to take in, you know, as you're you're moving on in the right direction of your life. And now it's like, whew, I need to take a breather. And it causes you to feel a little bit off kilter, right? But at the same time, you gotta make sure you don't forget to like take care of yourself, right? With all the stuff that's happening, this fast moving energy, things are just happening like very rapidly, or about to, if it hasn't started yet. Yeah, Knight of Swords, seizing new opportunities quickly. Keep in mind the Knights are all about movement as well. Yeah. Planning, right? Planning ahead. Three of Wands. I'm getting, again, I keep getting somebody's moving away from this situation that caused them a lot of setbacks. Five of Pentacles. You're moving on past that. I like it. Tell us more. Tell us more. Yeah, you got the Magician here. Now, usually, the Magician, you know, it's a pretty good card, but if I'm asking right now, what are you guys releasing, right? Now I'm like, what is it? Let's look on the bottom. We have everything. Well, I was going to say like that. Somebody might be from the South, or somebody in their energy is from the South with an accent, like a heavy, like Southern accent. Like I'm getting like North, South Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi. Like I just heard like some, like it came out like super country. I'm from Connecticut, so there's no reason for me to randomly just start talking like that. But somebody might be dealing with something like that, or they're from the South or something along those lines. But anyway, so yes, usually the Magician is a pretty positive card. It's about manifestations and stuff, but it could also represent trickery, right? I just heard sleight of hand, and then I also heard smoke and mirrors. So we have everything is fine, which is the equivalent of like the 10 of Swords in the reverse in this deck. It's letting us know that you've released yourself from somebody who might have been very manipulative, a trickster. Yeah, this trickster who's, I just heard swindled. got like swindled you some type of way. Maybe they got money out of you in some kind of way, or that might have caused you some setbacks, or they just really depleted your energy with their trickery. I'm getting something along those lines. Let it be known if it's resonating in the comment section. That would be beneficial for me to just know if I'm tapping into your energies and whatnot. Yeah, I'm getting that, somebody might have used some of you for money. Ten of Pentacles. I'm even getting that for some of you. Let's say if this was a divorce type of situation, they were able to really play the game, like, like really well. Like they really knew how to play the game, and like in court and everything, like they just knew how to like put on a front. Seems very specific for somebody. Might have caused you a lot of setbacks in court, possibly for some of you, to the point where it might have financially really fucked you over because of the I'm getting continuances. I'm getting something like that, like continuances, coming up with like fake ass like documents or evidence, things like that. Just things that would like set things off like constantly in the court to like make it kind of lean towards their favor some kind of way, and it might have caused you some financial setback. Like I said, that seems very specific for somebody. Let's just clarify the Magician now. Either way, like that part of the narrative is very specific, but either way, I feel like a lot of you guys kind of left behind like a trickster type of energy regardless. Yes. Let's see. Clarify the Magician. Yeah, see, I'm telling you. How many times do we see this fucking card? Five of Pentacles. So for a lot of you guys, this really was somebody who tricked you in some kind of way when it came to finances. Their tricks and their games that they would play, they swindled you some type of way, being manipulative, and it affected you possibly financially for a lot of you. Yeah. Remember I said smoke and mirrors? Anytime I see this card, I think of that. Smoke and mirrors. The Seven of Cups. Somebody who's able to keep another person very, very mentally and emotionally confused. Makes it really hard for them to figure shit out, right? But I think you guys, yeah, they give like fake offers and things like that, fake apologies. They might they might love bomb with like, gifts. This person who I feel like is showing up in the reading. Things like that. They know how to be very, very manipulative in that way. And this is somebody who really looked at as somebody who was like a part of your team. Like you thought that you guys were truly connected to each other. So that made this even more complicated and hard to deal with, right? You have the Three of Pentacles. I'm even getting for some of you a bit of third party situation too, but take that as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Alright. So tell us more. Let me know if it's resonating in the comment section for the collective energy, as this is a collective reading. Alright, got the Page of Swords. So I am getting that with this Swords energy here. Page of Swords can represent different things. It can represent researching. It could represent somebody watching you. It could represent curiosity, enthusiasm. It could represent different things. We also have the Knight of Swords on the bottom, which is again about seizing new opportunities. The Star. You guys are remaining hopeful, right? You're feeling really hopeful. Some of you might have Aquarius in your chart. It might be a sword. An air energy. Air sign. Sorry. Look at all those swords. Show up as the Queen of Swords. So I think you guys are really sitting down, and that's giving me this energy of a time. Sorry, not that one. Where is it? Your dreams need a practical plan, right? The key word is plan, but then there's also practical in there. So some of you might also have Earth in your chart somewhere. But right now, I see a lot of swords. I mean, I've seen almost a little bit of everything throughout this reading so far, with the exception of cups. Cups showed up only once, and it was the Seven of Cups, but like not in the spread itself. So it's giving me like you guys are just trying to figure out how to, pay close attention, research something when it comes to moving on in a new direction and seizing new opportunities. Um, for some of you, and I said this before, some of you are actually meant to be like, you know, if you're a creative of some sort, especially like content creation, I'm getting that you guys are like having all these ideas and plans, and it's time to start putting them into motion rather. So like say if you also have a page like this, or stuff on Facebook, TikTok, so on and so forth, you're trying to figure out maybe the algorithms and things like that of how to get the most exposure and things like that. I'm getting something like that for somebody. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But either way, I feel like you guys are seizing new opportunities, and in order to do that, you're having to really concentrate and sit down, plan things out, pay close attention, study, 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 study. Um, like that's gonna look different for everybody, but some of you are definitely meant to be in the spotlight in some kind of way, even if it's just like work related, right? It doesn't have to be like on the internet. It could just be maybe within your department at work, right? You're maybe you're rising up in the ranks where you work, or a new job that's coming in where you're gonna really be like able to showcase your talents and your gift, your knack for getting creativity for some, um, management, a couple different things, head of a department possibly. I'm getting something like that for somebody. Again, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Tell us more. Hey Sarab, how are you? I remember you. Hope you're well. Yeah. Moving on up. Three of Wands. Waiting for your ships to come in. Movements. Distance, travel. That's what the Three of Wands tends to represent. But just really being patient, right? And diligent about waiting for things to happen. I feel like you've been waiting very patiently for a long time, and now you're just like kind of letting things happen as this momentum is starting to come through. We also have the Emperor here. Let's see. The Emperor might be the person that was from your past. Somebody who might have been very controlling that you had to let go of. They might have been an Aries. Take it as a resonates, maybe it doesn't. I'm also, however, okay, let me explain why I'm saying this. The Tower is here again. So this person could have had a lot to do with the Tower moments you've experienced that you distanced yourself from. With this Five of Cups, some pain, right? Regrets, crying over spilt milk, that kind of thing. And I've got the High Priestess. So I feel like you guys had to use this inner knowing, this inner knowledge to allow yourself to remove yourself from the situation, whatever this was. Because like I said, everybody's situation is different. For some of you, it could even be just a job. It could be, your boss, right? The Emperor tends to be a boss-like figure, or father figure, or somebody who's very controlling. So, depending on how they're showing up, it just depends on the context of the reading. But I'm also getting that for some of you're in a position now where you're taking charge and authority over your life now, and you're saying to yourself, okay, well, this is a time for me to focus on self. This is a time for me to take life by the horns and say, okay, I'm about to, plan accordingly, right? Plan ahead. Put things into motion in my own right rather than waiting for things to just happen. So I'm seeing a lot of swords in this reading. I'm seeing a lot of wands in this reading. Not a lot of pentacles. I've seen a couple parts of pentacles. I've barely seen any cups at all. So love is really not on the brain right now for a lot of you guys. I think a lot of you guys are more so focused on your money, right? And just, action, right? Trying to figure out where you're trying to steer your life at this time. You're like, I feel guided to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit here and let anybody, take, control over my life anymore. Regaining that sense of control over yourself and a sense of sovereignty is what I'm getting. Yeah, you definitely had to strategize how to get out of that situation. It's something that you might have put a lot of time and effort into. It was a hard decision to make. Tell us more. All right. So we got the Hermit. A lot of major arcana, so I will say that. A lot of major arcana. So that's how we know there's some major shit going on for you guys. We got the Hermit here, which is all about, again, kind of being to yourself, researching, studying, inner work, shadow work, soul searching, that kind of thing. Research though. Keep hearing research. That's one of the biggest words I keep hearing. You guys are going to be really researching something. The market when it comes to jobs, the cost of living in a certain area, things like that. What's the average pay? Like, these are things that are popping up in my head where I'm just like, okay, these are the things that you guys are really going to be doing, right? To balance the scales. I said that earlier. Justice, things are balancing out, after all the karmic lessons and things like that had to be learned. Now things are about to start really shaping up after the disappointments, right? Means to an end is what I just heard. 10 of Swords. Yeah, the heartbreak, the pain, right? Just working on self, continuing the healing process I'm getting as well, and focusing on your crafts. 8 of Pentacles here. I'm not seeing love. Love does not seem to be on the brain, guys. I'm seeing money. Now, that's not to say that love ain't coming in if you want it, or when the time is right. But that's not really what I'm picking up on much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read from the Energy Oracle deck, and then what I'm gonna do is get some kind of insight about like how you can like kind of really tap into your energy, the energy of your higher self I'm getting. So I will also be reading from the Sacred Light deck, really finding a way to channel that negative stuff that you might have dealt with that you're releasing now, so that you can focus on your higher self. And oops, what is this? Bunch, but let's just see what was one of them. Yeah, your intuition maybe might be one of the things that you're working on. Heightened intuition. Hi Chase, how are you? Gosh. I gotta start wearing my glasses, guys. It's hard to do it on here. I always tell you guys that, but like with the ring light, I could barely see to begin with, and then I don't like wearing the glasses with the ring light because the glare. You guys are very like, the hell, you look weird. Like, please take those fucking glasses off. So I just squint the whole time. And then y'all be thinking I'm not reading your messages. And I don't read them much because I'm like, I have to focus on the reading. But yeah, I don't look up as often when I'm doing these type of readings. All right, anywho, look at that. Angel of Balance. Balancing the scales. Can't make it up even if you wanted to. Thank you, Chase. How are you, bud? Sorry, I didn't mean to call you bud. It's just the way I talk. Sorry. People be like, what do you call me bud for? I'm happy you're well, Chase. Yeah, I call people bud at my jobs. Like, hey, bud. My students. Sorry, I know you're not my student. It's just how I talk. I'm in teacher mode more times than not. It's kind of funny. People see it on here all the time, right, guys? Most of the time, I'm in teacher mode. All right. So let's see. Let's get a few from here. And again, if this is resonating with you guys, let me know in the comment section. If you haven't done so already, hit that that subscription button, as well as the notification bell, the like button, all those different things help reactions since you guys are watching live at the time. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you guys, based on the cards that just came out, we have hostility. So it's giving me like 5 of Wands energy. I feel like you guys have been leaving that behind you. The drama, the bullshit, right? Cutting through the bullshit. You know what I mean? Because we have door to personal happiness and healing here. So you guys are, you know, in this place of trying to figure out how to remove yourself from the obstacles, right? The chaos, the hostilities, so that way you can really focus on your higher self, right? No more of the feeling stuck and stagnant, right? Now the thing is this, as I say stuck and stagnant, I feel like some of you guys might be afraid to take action with this action card in the reverse. Perhaps that hostility card could even represent, in this case, an inner conflict, right? This inner conflict of trying to figure out how to take action into the direction of personal happiness and healing, right? It makes it, and heal, I already said that. Personal happiness and healing. Technically it's reversed on the card, that's why I was like doubting what I said. But yeah, for some of you it's because of the fact that, you know, you've experienced so much loss and pain, heartbreaks, and it, you know, you're still working on that, right? You're still healing through it. That's why the Hermit was the card that came out as the likely outcome. You guys have some more inner work to do, right? And a lot of that is going to have to do with releasing the old disappointments, whether it's in the form of love, work, feeling like there's like abandonment. I'm getting abandonment issues for somebody. For some, could stem very far back to childhood for somebody. For others, you know, maybe, you know, putting a lot of effort into relationships, like with friends and family, and never getting the same energy back, right? I'm getting something like that for somebody. But yeah, it's like the fruit of your labor is about to come together. Again, things balancing out. The number 11 is here. Cornucopia is here. The fruit of your labor coming together. Tell us more. Yeah, working on healing, right? We have Healer of the Ages card, all about healing, along with towards the value, understanding your value, right? Maybe one of the things that, you know, was affected during these times where you were going through the heartaches and the pain is self-doubt, right? How do you view yourself? Self-value, right? If you ever felt like you couldn't fully feel a sense of value because of how other people treated you, right? Maybe you're learning how to seek value within yourself before you seek it from other people. I'm getting something like that for somebody. I'm also getting some people might be healing their connection to money. That's a thing. I actually have to work on that. People have like a lack mindset, right? I have a lack mindset. I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure it out. I learned from that this actually for me stems from a past lifetime where I was like in communal living and everything was scarce. So it was all about the community and not about selfish needs. It was about we had to work together to make sure that each person was taken care of. And I still feel like that even now, because I don't have this individualistic way of doing things when it comes to like my money. Everything always is about the next person. I'm always trying to figure out, oh, well, can I help somebody? Oh, I know this person's struggling. And I'm looking at my money and I'm like, ooh, it's kind of funny right now. And I'm like, I don't know if I can really help this person, but they need my help. So I'm always worried about how can I help the next person or where the next meal is coming from. You know, having dead-end jobs and things like that can affect your relationship with money. So some of you might be experiencing that. That might be one of the things that you're working on. Let me know if it resonates. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on all the fun. um, yes, Aya, if someone were to say vet their partner, yes. Girl, we're gonna have to talk about this. Because this is wild. Going to God, absolutely. Mm, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if what you had to say, and maybe that's the throat chakra thing too, right? If what you had to say was lost in translation, that's kind of not really your problem, right? It's kind of a personal problem for him to figure out, because you're looking out for him, right? And when shit hits the fan, and then he comes back saying, "No, you're right. Don't hit them with the 'I told you so.' Just be like, well, I mean, I was trying to look out for your best interests, but I'm happy that you figured it out." Something along those lines. Because sometimes people have to figure things out the hard way. Tell me more. When I saw your comment, I saw the give it away, and I just thought about Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away. Oh, goodness, the way my brain works. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. All right, we have woman holding a heart here. Wearing your heart on your sleeve, right? Some of you might have water in your chart. Yeah, some of you might have water in your chart, but I'm also getting that, remember I was talking about the heart chakra. My heart just kind of skipped a beat for a second. I don't know if there's somebody stirring your romantic interest or something. Maybe they make you feel like that, and you're just like, ooh, am I ready? For some of you, that could be it. Like my heart just like started racing all of a sudden. I feel like some of you guys are like, somebody's making you nervous. Like maybe like literally like your heart going boom 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 boom. Now the thing is this is like I've learned that people who make you nervous are actually not a good thing. You actually want to feel comfortable with a new person if this is romantic. People who make you feel anxious and stuff like that, in a bad way, it's actually not a good thing. You want to feel comfortable. So take that as it resonates, and even if it doesn't, but that seems very specific for somebody, a thinking woman. So look, it's like head over heart, right? Some of you guys might be in that kind of position. Head over heart. You're like, wait, I don't know. But then your heart gets into it and you're like, trying to balance it out, trying to figure out what does this mean? Because some of you had to make a head over heart decision to walk away from something. There you go. That's why I started feeling anxious. Because I'm like, why do I feel anxious all of a sudden? I'm like, did somebody stir up your heart chakra a little bit? No, it's more so something from the past that made you have to make a head over heart decision and say, you know what, nah, fuck that. Because it's about balance, right? Yin and yang. You want to make sure that, when it comes to somebody, stirring your romantic, pot, that they make you feel good, right? And I'm not talking about sexual. I'm talking about that too, obviously. But that's different energy. Spirit's like, don't talk about that right now. It'll probably come up, but don't talk about it right now. All right, guys. Okay, gosh, I'll be a little bit more PG tonight. Okay, PG-13 maybe. Y'all know I get frisky on here sometimes, but yeah. So like, but here I'm getting that you're learning like that when a person makes you feel anxious or off center, off kilter, that's not actually a good thing. you might be having to learn that, right? Or you're in the process. I did see 44, 49 when I looked up, and there's 49 people, or not 49 people in here. That would be nice if there were, but it's not. There was just 4 people and 9 lights. It just changed, but yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm just kind of getting, you want that sense of balance, right? You want the excitement and stuff like that. Like, that's not a bad thing. But when someone makes you feel like you're about to, you gotta go dookie or something like that because your stomach's all fucked up and it's in knots because you're about to see them, that's probably not a good sign, now, is it? You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't feel like you have to go dookie. I'm just saying. I can't believe I said dookie on YouTube, but I did. There's more folks. Let me stop. It's fucking funny. They on a goddamn roll. Yeah, see, I said it, nervous versus excited. Those are 2 different things. Oh my, make me feel good. Oh, fun fact, guys. For those of you who don't know, my son dated Halle Berry's daughter briefly. It was very brief, high schoolers type, brief, like a couple months maybe. It didn't work out. They had different things going on, and yeah, it just didn't work. So, but they did date when my son was going to Loxa in LA. She goes there. He met a lot of people out there, or has met a lot of people out there, and continues to meet people. Like, he's friends with some of the Disney kids and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Kids that have been in movies. One of his friends actually was in the Beverly Hills Cop, the sequel. Well, it's not really a sequel, but the most recent one that was on Netflix. He's one of the kids on the bus. I was like, that's so cool. He's like, yeah, that's my boy. That we were like we sent him a video like, oh, we're watching you on the big screen. It was pretty funny this summer. But anyway, yeah. So enough of that. It might be Spirit telling me to talk to my kiddo tonight or something. Angel of Balance is here. Excuse me. Yeah, balancing those scales, baby. Blossoming abundance. Yeah, money's about to be looking better. I like it. What did you guys say? Wow. See, it's crazy, right? Yeah, because my son's in LA, so like he's been meeting everybody. Like where they live out there, because they're like almost in the mountains. They're like in northern Hollywood, literally like right behind the complex that his dad and him live in. Like there's like a hiking trail and stuff, and a lot of the celebrities like be there. I think they bumped into like Lenny Kravitz a couple of times, and I'm just like, that is so fucking cool. And like I'm like, how do y'all like keep your cool seeing all these celebrities like that like all the time? And like, how do you do that and not like freak out? They're like, just gotta play it cool, so then you're gonna look like a weirdo. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So when I move out there, because I'm gonna put that in the atmosphere. When I move out there, yeah, I gotta make sure I keep my composure, because I mean, if I see Lenny Kravitz, oh my god, like shit. Fine motherfucker right there. Is he single? Alright, we got third chakra Archangel Camiel here, which is about the solar plexus. That inner gut feeling, things like that. Willpower. Having that willpower to go after what you want. Especially when it comes to your finances. It's like, dude. Like there's so many ideas and stuff that you guys have, and it's like, just go for it, right? Easier said than done, right? I'm one to talk, but I'm just telling you guys what Spirit is telling me to say. Okay. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I've met a few celebrities, and I was never cool about it. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my god, oh my god. It was never like that bad, but like, I would be like, okay, hi, oh my god, I'm so excited to meet you. Can I have your autograph? Like kind of lame. Can I have a picture? So I have some pictures and autographs and stuff. So we got the fourth chakra Archangel Raphael here. Aya, didn't you just say that? Look, you just said that. Archangel Raphael, you saw it here first. Yes. connected. Because she just said that. That heart chakra we were just talking about. Let's get one or two more from here. Goddess of the moon. So I'm getting a couple of things with that one. One message I'm getting is using, and we talked about this on the channel more than once, but using moon cycles and phases as a way to help manifest is one thing I'm getting. And then I'm also getting Pisces energy. Some of you also might feel connected to bodies of water. This is just what I'm seeing and feeling. I'm just telling you guys. I'm getting something like that, but then I'm also getting if there's any fears associated with these things that you've been wanting to do. Love being one of those things, right? Angel of Love on the bottom of the deck, love, and then also stuff about like the career stuff. Take it as it resonates. I'm getting that too, yeah, because they're saying like go after the things that you want, right? You're feeling creative. There's things that you want to go after. There might just be this association of fear, excuse me, that keeps you from pursuing it. And they're like, please do. You know what I mean? What are you guys talking about? When my girlie's talking about. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. But victory, baby. Victory. You guys are the victor when it comes to everything that you're going through. They're like, you know, that's why, where's that card? Let's see if I can find it again. Earlier in the reading, we saw this one. A win-win outcome is in the forecast, right? You got to just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. But that's the place to start. See, I mean, I might be slightly older or younger than some of you guys, but I said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. The Arthur theme song. To learn to work and play and get along with each other. Gotta listen to your heart. Listen to the beat. Listen to the rhythm of the street. It's a simple message, and it comes from the heart. Believe in yourself. Alright, swear you guys are real lame, guys. I just look like a PBS kid, and I look really crazy on YouTube things. So let's get like 2 or 3 more from here, and then we're gonna move on. Yeah, that's right, baby. Woman holding a coin. Oops. Damn, that card flew. That's like Vision Gambit. I can't even reach the card, but yeah, it's right there. It fell on the floor. They're like, you better get in your bag, baby. Get in your bag. You know, I do feel like love is gonna start to come into. There's like this healing energy about that as well. I'm also getting self-love, especially because like she's holding what looks to me like a rose quartz heart. Maybe carrying rose quartz might be something beneficial, like as a bracelet form. Put it in your bra. Different things like that, which is nice for like self-love, things like that. So I'm getting something along those lines too. I feel like focusing on your sense of stability and then that sense of self-love also, those are the things that are going to allow you to attract like romance later, you know what I mean? Like, but right now this is that time to kind of focus on that you know. I just heard self-reassurance is one of the things too. It's like making sure that you feel stable all on your own, right? You know, whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. Like, you know, you want to feel like you got it, right? You're good on your own 2 feet, so that whatever you attract after that in terms of romance in particular, like, you know, it's gonna feel really gratifying to be able to say, oh, there you go, now you're here finally. Like, where the fuck have you been? You know, how's the journey been for you? Because this shit was kind of rocky for me, but now you're here. Welcome. Let's do this shit together. You know what I mean? Like like a little like dialogue. We have six shot. There goes my little lisp. I do have a little bit of a lisp sometimes. I did have to take speech therapy as a kid, so there's certain words that I don't like saying, and I have to say them really slow to get the word out. 6 chakra archangel Metatron. I've told you guys about that before. My list. So there's certain things I hate saying out loud, but whatever. Yeah, that's the crown chakra. Really opening up at this time. Heightened intuition. I was saying that before, or needing to work on it. But yeah, it's a part of your journey. And it's funny because I just jokingly said like it's gonna be like this dialogue between you and this person. Maybe you're like energetically having that conversation already, like telepathically with this person, whoever this person is. That's very, very possible. But yeah, and they might live at a distance from you. You see how like there's a bridge and there's like signs and stuff. They might live at. She has like a bag. You know, you might be feeling guided to move somewhere. Maybe you're gonna meet somebody. Just saying. I jokingly said like, you know, you're gonna end up asking this person before I even saw this card. You're gonna be asking this person like, so where the hell you been? How's the journey been? It's just some bullshit, but you know, it is what it is, right? We had to live and learn to get here. But yeah, let's get one more. I do hope that you guys have been enjoying this reading. It's been nice. It's been fun but informative all at the same time, which is my favorite type of reading to deliver. Yeah, I do feel like with how these cards are coming out, let me explain. We have the Thinking Woman here. We saw the Thinking Woman earlier too, but now we have her officially on the spread and action is in the reverse. Do not overthink when it comes to taking action towards the things that you want to take action towards. Okay? Because that's going to cause yourself a sense of paralysis when it comes to going in the direction you're meant to go into. And you're going to stay stuck and stagnant. There's a reason why we saw that energy way earlier on, this energy of feeling like you're kind of between a rock and a hard place. You're just like, I don't know where to go. I'm very confused. I feel stuck here. And they're like, oh, energy is about to start gaining momentum, but you have to be out of your head a little bit. Planning and stuff is fine, but overthinking, psyching yourself out so that you don't do anything at all. I have a tendency to do that personally. It's almost like I was explaining this to my son over the summer. I was saying how, and this is very common with people with ADHD also. It's one of those kind of things where if you don't do anything at all, you won't fail. So a lot of people who procrastinate, they have a fear of failure, therefore they won't do anything until the last possible second when they have no choice. And that whole time though, they're overthinking it so that they won't even budge. And they literally become paralyzed when it comes to taking action. This also happens, I said, with people with ADHD. This is very common, so some of you might have ADHD. Very, very common. People who have a hard time with executive functioning and getting something like that. So they're just saying, stop overthinking it. And just, you know, again, we saw this thing about making a practical plan, right? We've seen this several times now within this past week about this whole thing. There's something you guys are meant to do. You know what this is for you because it's going to be different for everybody. They want you to sit down and really plan it out. You know, there are all these cool apps and stuff that I actually want to look into that help you with even things like executive functioning, where if that's one of your things that you have a problem with, where it's like you can have all the ideas in the fucking world, but when it comes down to starting, you might have a hard time with that part. So if that makes sense or if it resonates, then that's your message right there. But like, you know, if you have a really hard time with that, there are these apps that allow you to be able to incrementally go towards different plans and stuff that you have. So it could be something as simple as having to, you know, clean your house, right? Those apps, they might do something like say, okay, so just wash the dishes right now. Tomorrow, take out the garbage. The next day, all the garbage is in the house. The next day, make your bed. Like, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, in a week, your whole house is clean. And then you just keep that momentum going. Like, it could be something as simple as that, right? But now we're talking about, like, maybe a broader, you know, perspective here of, like, maybe something a little bit more, you know, advanced. So it could be, again, moving, business plan, so on and so forth. Let me know if it makes sense. That's something that I'm seeing, right? What are my girlies saying? Yeah. Mm. Yeah. So I'm happy that you guys are resonating. And then, like, ironically, the 59:59 is just turned an hour, and there's 4 people here and 11 likes. So that was something about that was meant to be informative, right? The fact that that came up when it did. There's these things that you're meant to do in order to move into this new phase. And this is something that might be very lucrative for some of you because you're manifesting, right? We got the magician in the mirror here. You're manifesting, you're working on something, or you want to work on something, but don't overthink it and get stuck in your head and keep yourself stagnant. You know, the sun is here on the top of the deck, so this is something that could bring, like I said, positive changes, overall happiness, feelings of success and victory, fertility, right? All these different things. Some of you might be getting ready to move to a place that's warmer. That seems very specific for somebody. Things like that. Some of you might be getting ready to have a baby. That's not what you want. Just be careful. But I saw a fish, and country folks be like, country black folks in particular, oh, I had a dream about fish. Well, y'all motherfuckers better not be pregnant. I just saw that. But yeah. Hi, Allison. How are you? For all the way from Ireland. I appreciate you for checking in. I hope that you decided to hit that subscribe button. But it's great to see you. So I am actually from Connecticut here in the States. So great to make your acquaintance. I hope that you like what you see here. Yeah, fear of success is a big one, girl. Yeah. So we have the magician in the mirror, so about manifesting, right? And remember I was talking about maybe working with the elements before. Well, I was talking about working with the moon, but now I'm also working with the different elements, you know. Fire, water, so on and so forth. You get the gist. But yeah, writing things out. Power of the tongue is another important one. Literally speaking things into existence is a thing to manifest. Out of the deck we have blossoming abundance. This is one of the things that right now is like a big trend in your life that is coming through. One more. I know I keep saying one more, but the spirit's telling you to keep pulling, so that's what I'm doing. Yes. See, as I say, spirit is telling me, look, 7th chakra Archangel Uriel is here. Yes, because there's information that is meant to be delivered. 411 still here. What's the 411, hun? And the number here is 41. That crown chakra lit the fuck up right now, right? So it's like you guys have all these downloads coming to you. And I said earlier, way early in the reading, I was like, some of you guys might be having a hard time with sleeping because your brain just won't fucking shut up. And that shit could be annoying, I know. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you. Between ideas and downloads and maybe headaches for some of you, waking up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep. My girl Lati mentioned astral projection the other night, and I think I've been astral projecting because my sleep has been terrible every fucking night. And even though I'm sleeping, I don't feel like I'm sleeping. Like I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I feel like when I wake up, I went somewhere. Like I don't sleepwalk or anything, so it's not that. But it's like, what the fuck? I just want to sleep. I got kids to worry about in the mornings, man. When I get to work, I gotta take care of these kids. I can't afford to be tired as hell. I gotta freaking be up and upbeat all day, especially with how those little children talk and run around. They are rambunctious, but they're so freaking cute. I love my my new students. They're absolutely adorable. It's just funny because it's like so different because like they all talk and they argue and stuff. Like I'm like, this is so different than what I'm used to. Like my old kids, they didn't even like acknowledge that they had friends in their, what we call them friends, but other kids, you know, in the room. They didn't even acknowledge that. Like they were still working on self-awareness, let alone being aware of others. So these are kids that are very self-aware and aware of the other people too, and argue, and they're like, that's mine. I don't want to be your friend anymore, like all day. This is like, I don't like your shirt. It's like, I'm not talking to you. I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God, guys, like, please stop. But shit's wild. So, because we did see a lot of stuff, mostly about career and finance, I'm just gonna pull a few from here. I wasn't even planning on doing this, but Spirit told me to. So, let me just see if I missed anything. Yeah, wow. You guys have really been chatting it up over here. Love you guys. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Fire. Magnesium. Yeah, I'm sorry that your sleep's been bad too. Gosh. Shit's wild, man. I'm just like, I just want us to sleep, guys. I'm trying to get rid of these dark ass under eye circles. They've been there for a long time, and I'm just like, you know what? Can I get rid of them? Can I look like I'm well rested just once? I don't know, last time without putting on concealer. I don't wear concealer, but like shit. Sometimes I was looking like, damn, girl, maybe you should start. Oh man. Yeah, guys. Okay, so real quick, my astral projection has been weird. So I'm just gonna give you guys like a quick synopsis of one thing that just happened. I thought it was just a dream. Oh, you too, Aya. Thank you, lovey. Yeah. So like the other day, I think it was like Wednesday or something like that. I had a dream, or what I thought was a dream, but it might have been astral projection. Now that I'm really thinking about it, where I was in a house that looked a lot like my nana's house, but the people in the house were not really related to me on my dad's side. They were related to me on my mom's side. And one of the people there, her name is Sandra. She's a distant cousin who just passed away, but she looked like my great aunt Junie, but thinner. It was really weird. And she had said something like, so she had a stroke in the dream. She had a stroke, and like she was using a cane and stuff, and like kind of learning to walk again, and she was talking pretty good and stuff, and she was just like, oh, I don't like to sit too long. I like to move around a little bit. Can you walk with me? So I was about to walk through the kitchen, but they had just mopped in there. So I was like, oh, the floor is wet. But I could, you know what? I could just hold you, like your hand and stuff. It's fine, and I'll clean up the mess after. She's like, oh no, it's fine. I was like, no, you want to walk, and you don't want to go outside to walk, but we could walk. And she was like, just thank you just for taking care of me. Now I used to take care of my great aunt Junie, but again, she looked way different. Like she was thinner in this dream, and she was more mobile, even though she had a stroke. But my grandmother, or I call her my grandmother, but my great aunt, she had cancer. She could barely, she had like ulcers on her legs and stuff. She could barely walk. So it was just weird because it's like I'm still taking care of like what seems like the same person, but her name was different in the dream. It was really strange, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? So when I woke up, I really had to think about that. That's what I'm thinking, a different timeline, right? Because the name, like I said, the names were different, but like same people but different names or different appearances. It was just very strange. And I thought about it while I was showering. I was like, what the hell was that? And like I felt like, if you guys watch like Family Guy, remember the episode when Chris, he's doing the Wham song, wake me up before you go. And like, and when he comes back, they were like, Chris, where did you go? He's like, I don't know. When he says that, that's how I felt. So anyway, before I go rambling too much, because I have a tendency to do that, I'm sorry. ADHD. Reflection. It says, time to revisit the past and figure out what you want to do. Knowing what you don't like will show you what you truly love. So there might be certain here goes my nose. There might be certain things from the past that you still kind of think back to yourself like, dang, that's something I always enjoyed doing. And now you're like, maybe I can implement this in some kind of way in my life now, in terms of career and finance in particular. Whereas, you know, there might be other things where you can sit there and be like, that definitely wasn't my thing, my niche. I'm good on that. You know what I mean? um, oh, wow. Wow. Well, I'm going to send all the love and healing light to your mom. The fact that her name is Sandra too, that's really, really crazy. Wow. See, you came here for a reason. So, yeah, we're gonna send you know, my soul tribe too. We're all gonna send you all that love and healing light, your way and for your mom. I really want to send all of the healing love and light towards her and towards you as you're going through that, for sure. We're a family here, so we're always looking out for each other. So we take things like that very seriously. Got 2 cards. Step by step, day by day. You guys remember that show? TGI on TGIF back in the day. So we have taking steps here. Action. Remember? So we have action is key to getting where you need to go. You can't wait around. Take a step in any direction to get unstuck and find opportunities. Wow, how's that for a synchronicity? Right? And then back full circle. Perspective came out along with that card. And if you change the way you look at things, you could see everything in a brand new light that will help get you where you want to be. Send all this love her way and your way. I'm sorry you're going through that and that she's going through that. Just, you know, be with her as much as you can. Okay? Have freedom here. It says this technically was in the reverse. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Yeah, I was saying you might be biting off too much, more than you can chew. That's why this is in the reverse. I want you to really focus on this. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get clear. Wow, I literally said that. That was one of the very, very, very first things I said in the reading. Some of you might be seeing feathers. Ironically enough, I just saw a post today about feathers, about like black feathers and white feathers. So some of you might be seeing feathers around you. That's like signs from like love, past on loved ones and from the universe, so on and so forth. Whatever you believe, that, you know, the white one is usually about like purity and like a release of energy, that kind of thing. It's meant to be very lighthearted and let you know, like, hey, I'm here, that kind of thing. Whereas, which I always say how one of, actually it's right next to me, this deck I actually have a couple of feathers in here from my past on loved ones when they have communicated with me in that way. So you might be seeing something along those lines. And black feathers represent protection. So if you've been seeing feathers at all, that could be significant for some of you. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Bottom of the deck, it does say answers. You will resolve your current situation soon work-wise. You find unique ways to stand out. You find a new opening with a job security. So remember I was saying that some of you, like I said this earlier, that some of you might go to a new place and it's going to allow you to really truly showcase your abilities. I said that. and it's going to be, you know, more lucrative. I said that as well, so a little bit of confirmation. So I'm getting career transition for some. Aww. I would just say hold on to these, you know, I mean, knock on wood, I haven't experienced that. I obviously nobody wants to experience that. But I've experienced like losing people close to me, like my aunt Junie, who I was just talking about, who I used to help take care of. Um, she was like another mother figure to me. She was actually more like a grandmother to me than anything. She wasn't just a great aunt, and I used to take care of her a lot. I used to clean her wounds and things like that. And I was the one who found her when she passed. So that was really hard for me. I was, what, 14? I was 14 when that happened. So it was rough. Actually, I was 15. I just turned 15. And that was a rough time. It was my freshman year of high school, and whew, that was hard. But I would say, like, you know, this as somebody who has experienced that type of loss and how hard that can be. Again, not a mom, but, you know, motherly figure in my life who I really cared about, like very dearly. Hold on to all of your memories, your fond memories of her, and create new ones while you can, right? While she's still here, um, and you know, yeah, just hold on to what you can while you can. Um, I don't know what she looks like or anything, but I could just, like when you were saying what you've been doing with her and for her, I just see how I just felt such a, like a warmth over me. You know what I mean? Like, just like, wow. Like, I hope that when I go, that, you know, I only have a son, but like maybe if I have like a granddaughter or something, like maybe she'll be there and, you know, maybe pick out my fro, because I plan on still having fro, or I might have my locks. They should give me a retwist. I don't know, but yeah, like I felt an envelope of just warmth around me, you know, and I think she feels all of that, and she's recognizing all of that. So just, yeah, hold on as tight as you can to these moments with her. She sounds like an amazing person. Just like, you know, I could just feel like a warm energy about a person. Like you feel like you just have that type of energy, and I'm sure she does too. I'm not just saying that like to blow smoke. I really mean that. Like, as you're talking about her, even though like obviously the situation isn't ideal and it sounds really hard and painful, I'm also like seeing like almost like a, you know, like what was that? The viewfinder, I think, is that what it was called? That toy where, you know, the orange toy, you put the little disc in there and it has like all the pictures and you go like that. Like I just saw like that. Like you might be going through like almost like a bunch of like snapshots and memories of what you've had with your mom. I'm seeing something like that. That seems very specific, and that's definitely for you. Um, so maybe that's kind of what you've been kind of dealing with right now lately. We have spiritual work here. Doing some inner work, we talked about the hermit earlier, right? Can help you get clear before you move on. You will get insights into what work will best serve your needs. Yes, 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 yes. Let's get maybe one more from here. Wow. So much loss, Allison. Wow, Aya. Sheesh. You have new life. Um, you may get a fresh start or be called to bring a new perspective to your old job. You may also get tempted job offers, or a new place. Now, we kept seeing this energy of some of you possibly moving. Not just moving on, like, from a job, but, like, I'm getting for some of you physically moving. I'm just saying. So, I like it. I feel like, these new starts are definitely refreshing, right? Especially as we're releasing, right? Which is the whole purpose of this reading. Look, shedding. The whole purpose of this reading is technically in the reverse. So I think it's kind of saying, like, this is something they really want you to focus on in order to welcome in this new life. You have to let go of some things, and you know what these things are, right? You've seen it throughout the reading, and you know what it is for your own personal life too. You are starting to outgrow your work situation. You need to set higher goals and standards. You work well in healing and medicine. So some of you might be natural healers of some sort. I'm getting spiritual healers possibly with that spiritual work harder than this one here too. Maybe this is something new for some of you, where it's like you haven't done this before, or something that you want to, like, maybe dabble in more parts of it. I'm getting for some of you might want to do something like energy healing work type stuff, like Reiki and things like that, working more with stones or herbs, aromatherapy, making candles. I'm getting stuff like that. I'm also getting, like, spiritual life coaches. I'm getting tarot readers. Hi. I'm getting something like that. There's people who are meant to, like, help people on their journey of healing, and not just, like, physical healing, but in general, right? Like, their overall well-being. Like, I'm getting, like, holistic kind of thing, maybe helping people with finding, like, the right type of herbs or juices or something that they can blend together, like, for different ailments. Like, naturopathic medicine is another thing I'm just picking up on. I already said herbs. That was one of the things. So, take it as a resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But that does seem like it might be for somebody. We have magic here. I don't think I've really seen this card before. I've seen a lot of these cards, but this one I don't know if I've ever seen it. You have the power now. Use your magic to attract what the magician. You use your magic to attract what you want into your life. The sky is the limit. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. And if I did, maybe only once. But yeah, that's the magician energy, because we did see the magician in the mirror in the other deck before. And we have limitations. Get out of your fucking head. You see how there's chains around her face before I even read the card? The chains that bind you, right? And they're up here, right? Notice where they're located. They're right around her face, right? The top of her face. Limiting beliefs. Obstacles are not what they seem. You can get around them. Alright, this is the second time in this reading where I'm hearing want to be starting something. Alright, here we go. I'm going to finish reading the card, and then I have to say it, because if I don't say it, then it's going to be stuck in my head in a loop. You can get around them with some careful thought, or simply choose something better for you. Yes, so self-deceiving ass. Hey, Queen Drea, how are you? Yeah. Too hard to get over. I have to say it. I said it before. Too low to get under. Stuck in the middle. The pain is numb. So my baby to the doctor with a fever, but then he found the time she hit the streets. They said she had a break. Okay, enough. And cut. For those of you who already know, one, I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, and two, my queer audience is funny. So my guides make me sing songs on here, and I can't, like, basically I won't move on from that song until it's usually a message of some sort. I won't be able to move on with the message until I say it. Someone was like, gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I'm like, come on, do I really have to? Like, I started singing the Arthur theme song, guys. Like, come on. How lame is that? And I'm just like, so great. I just look lame in front of all the people who are going to end up watching this. And they're like, yeah, basically. I'm like, okay, great. If you say so. But yeah, Lati, girl, I want to do Reiki too. That's one of the things that I've been considering it since last year. I just hadn't looked into it fully. But yeah, I definitely want to look into that too. That and just working more with, like, herbs and stuff, naturopathic stuff. Yeah, because, like, for instance, I have high blood pressure. I've talked about this on the channel before. I almost had what they thought was a heart attack going on 3 years ago, and almost died, basically. And it wasn't a heart attack, but it was what they would consider as a cardiac crisis or something like that. Episode, sorry, not crisis, episode. But it was bad. Like they really thought like I was like they didn't know what the fuck was going on with me. It was really bad. And when I was released or whatever, they was like, okay, bring this with you, the EKG like thing, and they were like, bring this with you to the cardiologist and show them this, and we're hoping that everything's okay. It was wild. And crazy part is that same exact day that I had that episode, and I've talked about this on here, my best friend from high school passed away the same exact day, which is going to actually be in a couple of days from now. Same exact day. Kid you not, from a heart attack. So the fact that she died of a heart attack, and then I find out that I have a heart condition, and now I'm on blood pressure medications for it, is crazy. But to go a little bit further, and ironically, I just saw her mom yesterday at my job. God bless her. We did go through like some stuff like later on in her life, but you know, one thing that always remained the same was the love, you know. But anyway, yeah, I knew her since I was like 13. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But the point I'm making here is I would love to be able to get off of my blood pressure meds because I hate taking them. Like you know how they always say like, or at least like people have been saying even more so lately than before, like you wouldn't need, if the medications worked, you wouldn't need a refill. And I'm like, that's wild when you really think about it. Like, do they really work? And it's like, I wonder if there are things that I can be doing that can help me lower my blood pressure the natural way. Because technically, high blood pressure is not curable, but it's treatable, right? So, but I wonder, are there things I could be doing naturopathically that can, you know, can help? You know, I would love to have to stop taking these fucking meds. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not even 40 yet, you know? Like, when this happened, I was 36. So it's like, you know, or going on 36 at the time. Like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and she died when she was 35. Like, I'm like, I got to figure it out. Because, like, there's got to be something I could be doing differently that will help me get my life back in order, especially physically and health-wise, you know? So I say that to say that, again, I think a lot of you feel like you probably connect with the idea of doing something in terms of, like, natural medicines and things like that, healing and all that stuff. You guys, I think, a lot of you guys will resonate with that and feel like you're in tune with that part of the message. Sorry to, you know, talking so much. Sorry. I always do that shit. I apologize. Yeah, I'm doing better with my water intake, thankfully. Thankfully. I could do better, of course, but I'm getting better. Yep, exactly, Queen Jaya. Yeah. And I gotta work on my eating, too. I've been doing a little bit better with that, too, but, like, I could definitely still do better. Yeah. Yeah, same here. Like, there's times where, like, there's been times where I've done readings and I'm like, all of a sudden my head starts to hurt. I'm like, have you been having migraines? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, or stiff neck. Like, I remember I did a reading for a guy before and I was like, oh, my fucking neck hurts. I was like, do you have an injury to your neck or have you been having neck problems? And he's like, you actually have to get surgery. I was like, fuck, shit's crazy. Knee pain, like all kind of stuff. I'll feel it. I can feel the physical ailments. I think I've talked about it on here before too, where I've done a reading for somebody and she had a miscarriage and I didn't know, and I started crying during the reading and I was like, fuck, this is weird. Reading, I cried during readings on here, but this is a personal reading. I'm crying and I'm like, fuck, I can't stop. I have to keep going. And my stomach like hurt so bad and I felt like this emotional just like drain. And then I put it together. I was like, did you have a miscarriage? And she said, and then, yeah, it was the waterworks for both of us at that point. Like, we both fucking lost it. And she's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, oh my God. She was going through fertility problems. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, it's crazy. Like, when you're an empath and all that stuff and you can feel all that shit, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Especially when they don't tell you anything and it shows up. It's wild. It is wild. Mm. Wow. That's so crazy. So we have future or the future here. Plan for the future while living in the present. You are always supported by spirit. Your psychic abilities can bring you prosperity. Now, we already know that we got some gifted people around here in this reading right now watching. Just saying. So spirit is definitely talking to you guys right there. So, y'all know what y'all need to do. Sisters, we're doing it for ourselves. Let me stop. But no, seriously, like, you guys, heightened intuition. I talked about that like 3 or 4 times throughout this reading. And now they're saying using your gifts that you have, we have, can definitely help. Now, granted, we don't do this just for money, guys. You see, I'm doing free reading right now, right? I do free stuff all the time on here. We do free stuff all the time. In fact, Bati, everything she does is free. So it's like, I say that to say, we don't do this for the money. We do it because we care about people and helping people. However, there is this energy of exchange, right? Exchange of energy. Do you go to work for free? Ask yourself that question. Do you bring your talents or gifts to a job for free? The answer is no, right? So we have a right to be able to say, okay, well, I'm going to charge like maybe a small fee for this hard work. This is a lot of work. Do you know how much we spend on these damn decks? This deck right here in my hand, this one, well, no, this one's not actually one of my more expensive ones. This was only $40. But like, there's some that I have that are like $100. And I'm giving readings for free. Think about that, right? So I'm not, trying to say, oh, pay for a reading. Like, I'm not even saying that. But what I'm saying is, like, it's an exchange of energy. You're not paying because we have gifts. You're paying because we have expertise in an area that you need help in, and you need our service, right? A plumber. Do you know how to fucking fix a fucked up toilet? Or a clogged up sink? Probably not. You know what I mean? Do you know how to fix your own car? Speaking of which, I gotta talk to my mechanic tomorrow. It's like, no, I don't fucking know how to do that shit. I can't even change a fucking tire, let alone a fucking battery or some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just making a point here, right? So my homies right here who are readers as well, or spiritualists who use their gifts in a way to help others, they're basically saying, you can use this as a way, use your gift as a way to, possibly monetize within reason, right? Don't be greedy, right? Don't be charging like fucking $100 for a fucking half hour. I think that's ridiculous. I'm not trying to like throw shade at people who do that. I'm just making a point. I would never do that. I don't care how many people I have watching me and stuff. I don't think I could do that. It just don't feel right. It don't sit well for me. Even like my prices for my life coaching stuff, like everybody's like, your prices are really low, and I'm just like, I know, but like I want to be able to help as many people as possible. So again, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I want to help people, right? So, hold on. Yeah. Ironically, this card was on the bottom of the deck. I didn't read it to you guys, but it was on the bottom of the deck at the very beginning. It says offering. It says, you will be offered a new position or investment opportunity to think about and research it carefully before accepting. How, guys, those of you who have been here the whole time, how many times did I say you guys are researching? I said that word is like the highlights of this whole reading. Research. You guys are researching something very, very important to you, whether it's a market of some sort, like, a housing market or location, the cost of living somewhere, job market, a skill. You guys have been researching the fuck out of something, and they're just confirming everything I just said. Research. Okay? Wow. That's wild as hell. Yep, look. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Education. You may need to take a class or do research to find a better position, or you may find yourself writing a book or teaching others. guys, I'm almost done with this reading because this is fucking crazy. I'm over it. I can't. Like, in a good way. Like, I can't. This is wild. We have Frozen on the top of the deck. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow up gets you in the door. So let's say if you had an interview or something like that, and you don't know how it went, but you kind of liked the place and stuff. But you're like, I don't know how the person felt about me. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. A little. I'm not quite sold on it. Something as simple as a follow-up email could get your foot in the door. You never know. A little bit of brown nosing, just a little tiny bit, just a little bit. That's how I got my job. I would have probably got it anyway, but sorry. I feel like I'm about to get bronchitis again. I hope not. Anyway, but yeah, like when I had my interview at the job I'm at now, at the school, I had my interview, and then like 2 or 3 hours after the interview, I emailed her, and I did the whole like, oh, thank you for allowing me to interview with you. It was a pleasure, and I feel like I would be a great asset. Like one of those like little follow-up emails, saying thank you and everything. She literally responded within a few minutes, and then said, "You already got the job. Contingent upon your references." She said, I spoke to 2 of them already, and they gave a stellar review. That was her words. A stellar review. I'm just waiting for a response from one other. I got the job the same day. Here I am, going on 6 years later. Just saying. So I'm just saying, sometimes, we have interviews and stuff, and we're like a little bit scared to like reach out and stuff. But they're like saying, you better, because you're manifesting something, right? Look into it a little bit deeper. You never know. A lot of stuff about manifestations here. You have the power to manifest what you want by writing your intentions down and by taking inspired action to make it happen. I love when I'm approaching the end of a reading and then everything comes back full circle. That always tickles my fancy. In this Diddy sensitive era, though, I probably have to like be aware and wary of saying things like what I just said. Because I don't know if that sits well anymore. That's one of those kind of things that you could say now. It probably didn't age well, huh? Tickle my fancy. Didn't he say that in a song? I think he did. Oops. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever use that term ever fucking again. No, thank you. And that is all done. I'm so done. She said fancy tickles. I'm fucking done. I can't. Okay. So let's see. Some last messages for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to read from here, and then I'm going to read from one more deck after this, and that will be it. So I'm going to get maybe 3 from here, and then like 3 from another, and that will be it. Because I actually was on here a little longer than expected, which doesn't bother me at all. If you guys are enjoying the reading, that's all I care about. That makes me happy when I see you guys interacting and, mingling with each other within the comments and, really engaging. That makes me really, really happy. So, love you guys very, very much. And again, for those of you who are newer, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, take that. I'm just joking. Hit the subscribe button, please, and the like button. But I love you guys. All right, so bottom of the deck we have Ascension Flame, Liberation. We talked about, okay, but freedom, liberation basically means the same fucking thing. I used the word sovereignty earlier. It says liberation, a sense of greater purpose, high expectations. I like it. You feel really inspired, right, as you're working on this part of your life, right? Really ascending and growing, expanding. I love it. Oh my gosh, I can't. Subscribe to get ditified. I cannot. Y'all got me cracking up over here. I love you guys so much. Oh my gosh. We are too much over here. But this is the soul tribe, guys. This is the type of energy that we're in all the time. Like, Even serious conversations, we can, you know, there's comedic timing always on this channel. You will always get a good laugh. Even if I'm like crying and doing like an ugly cry, I get my shit together and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm over it now and I'm going to continue the reading and I make y'all laugh. I'm just saying. That's just how I get down. Part of me wants to go live again. We'll see. I don't want to push my luck here. But, let's see. Cathedral of Light. Stubborn attitudes extending the olive branch and artistry. Yeah, you guys are fucking stubborn. Some of you might be like a Taurus. I picked up on Taurus, possibly. And no, it's not a dig, I promise you. I have Taurus in my chart, okay? So, yes, humor is good for the soul. We gotta laugh, Miss Baby. Gotta laugh to keep from crying sometimes. And then, you know, still let out a good cry from time to time, too. But, yeah, you guys are stubborn as hell. There's things that you know that you need to do and you don't do it. And they're just basically talking shit to you now. And they're like, they're just giving you the look, like, you know what you're supposed to do. Like, gosh, spirit guys, okay, damn, sorry. Like, stop shining me like a child. Oh, gosh. Queen Dre, are you a Taurus? Is that what you said? It's okay. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. You know how much shit I get at being, she said, yeah, full fledged. How much shit I get being a Sagittarius. I'm like, I'm a Sagittarius, but like I'm a fake Sagittarius because I have so much damn air in my chart. It's mostly damn Gemini in there. And I'm just like, please, so much Gemini in my chart. I have almost everything in there somewhere though. But a lot of Gemini, for sure. Alright, so we have Celestial Channel. Hidden Beauty, remaining optimistic, and remaining neutral, or staying neutral. So yeah, finding that middle ground, right? We talked about that before. Yeah, there's like hidden avenues even, like when it comes to your path, like that right now you might not really, it's like, you know, trying to see the forest from the trees, right? You're like, God damn, what the hell's going on here? I don't get it. It's just confusing, I don't like it. But they're like, look, when you're able to see like the whole vision of everything that's happening around you, that's where you're gonna be like, oh, this is pretty. I like it. I like. Everything's happening in divine timing, the way that it's supposed to. So just understand they want you to remain optimistic at this time, because the more optimistic you remain, you know, the more you're gonna start seeing these fruitful results coming through. You guys talk about it. Excuse me. What are you talking about, Lewis? Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. She said I'm screwed. Yeah, that's a lot of Scorpio. I only have one water placement in my whole chart, and it is Scorpio, and it's in my South Node, which I was like, ew, that's why I'm kind of fucked up. No, I'm just joking. But no, I am a little bit fucked up. But it's because I have a lot going on in my chart. It's just a lot, like across the board, everywhere. It's like, oh, okay. Yikes. Excuse me. Galactic vibration, personal conviction, raising your resilience, and direct channel. You have like a direct channel to source, I feel like. Remember I was saying that like a lot of you guys probably have been losing a lot of sleep and stuff like that. And, you know, all these downloads and shit's fucking confusing. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but it's like, you know, this is all for your personal growth. And your spiritual growth. They're like, you're going to be able to step into your higher self as these messages are coming through. So just, you know, remain optimistic, right? Yeah. As I look on the bottom of the deck, I just decided to look. It says angelic realms, a team effort, charity, validation, and patience. They're like, look, be patient, my child. Everything. Oh, that's your South Node too? Oh, sorry, for me it's my North Node. Taurus is my North Node. And then Scorpio is my South Node, sorry. But I saw the node, and then I saw that. Oh, interesting. Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to learn more about like all that stuff. Like I'm learning. But yeah, they want you to be patient, right? Remember, I was also talking about validation. Um, I'm picking up on that again. Not seeking validation from other people, right? No more of that. Seek validation from yourself. Your guides recognize all your hard work and dedication and everything you've been doing. It's time to recognize it too within yourself. You don't have to worry about other people and their opinions of you, right? Let's get two more. Or let's get one more. Yeah, like they don't want you to do that anymore. I know I am definitely guilty of worrying about the opinions of other people way too much. So some of you might resonate with that. And they want you to start looking at yourself in a different light, you know, really recognize who you are and stand on that shit, man. You're fucking awesome. You're fucking great. Right? Yeah, don't start, sabotaging yourself because you don't believe in yourself enough, right? You don't want to do that to yourself. There's a lot of beautiful things coming in here, right? Don't sabotage yourself. Exactly. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit. Like I said, I don't know that much, but like I would love to know more about like more than just like for instance my top three and then like my north and south node. I know my Venus, and I know do I actually know my Venus? Because actually I don't remember. No, my Venus is in Sagittarius, I believe, and like my Lilith is it in Aries? I don't remember. So yeah, I'm not one to really like go too deep into it, to be honest. I can't remember all that, so there's a lot of information. um, Universal Merkaba here, a sacred purpose. You have the answer in lucid dreaming. Remember, I said that you're going to be getting dreams through the form, or sorry, getting answers through the form of dreams. Some of you might be astral projecting and stuff like that. That or the lucid dreaming, right? They kind of feel somewhat the same, but they are different. One is more like you can control your dreams versus, and they're very real. Whereas astral projecting, they might feel like a dream, but then your ass isn't getting any actual sleep, so you're fucking tired and you're like, what the fuck? Shit's fucking. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually. So she's gifted like you, huh? Just in a different way. With astrology. Love that. Bottom of the deck we have Golden Light Ray. Love and laughter, exactly, right? That's what we spread around on this channel with a little bit of healing, right? And that part could be hard sometimes, but we get through it. Receiving and giving gifts. That goes back to this card earlier that we were talking about. If I can find it. Yeah, found it. Giving and receiving gifts, right? It says time to give rather than take, right? Knowing when it's time to put out effort versus when it's time to receive. And passionate projects. So everything that we already talked about, coming right back out again, right? Top of the deck we have light activation, evolution of spirit. I like that. Actioning of plans. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Actioning of plans. Putting action behind your plans. Pen to paper. How many of these little things that we say throughout this reading, guys? Just saying. And transcendence. You're growing, you're expanding, right? Working on self. And Dharma wheel. I said this earlier. You guys have done the work. The scales are balancing. The number here is 11. Karmic lessons. I said you guys have learned and surpassed the karmic lessons already. Peer pressure and moral codes. You guys are receiving your good karma right now. Your dharma, right? Wow. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. I'm just saying. Spirit is just like, I got y'all back tonight. I'm gonna make sure y'all good. I'm gonna make sure y'all is good. I love that for y'all. Alright, so let's get 3 cards from here, and that will be the end of the reading, I think. Because, Spirit be on some shit. They be like, nah, that's not it. Because I thought this show was going to be over 50 minutes ago. I did not expect this reading to be this long. But again, I'm enjoying being with you guys. It's always fun. And it's definitely a pleasure for me, especially when you guys actually stick around and, you know, receive the message and enjoy yourselves too. It always makes me happy. All right. So we have, this is important, surrender worry. It says, make a commitment to lead an make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out. Can't make this shit up. Breathe them out. One of the first cards, it was the second card in the spread of all the cards that were pulled tonight. Breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. That's on the bottom of the deck. For the collective message, get ready to close this out. Confirmations of the things we already saw. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring clarity or even solve the problem. Yeah. No more obsessive thinking. Letting that shit go, right? This whole deck is about surrendering. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. We talked about that too. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. Remember I was saying, like, if a person makes you like feel like you're about to poop on yourself or something, that's like high anxiety, and it's probably not really a good thing. Like, oh, I'm so anxious to meet this guy for this date, and now I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, being excited is one thing, but being like super anxious and like feeling nauseous and shit, that's probably a red flag. Just saying. Yeah, so it says, listen to a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Yes. And one more. Or two, sure. Then we talk about procrastination. Wow. Surrender procrastination. Y'all talking shit to me. Damn. I'm the reader. Don't go talking shit to me and shit. Okay, sorry. I love you guys. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action. This card technically was in reverse. Taking action will attract success. Wow. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. And it came out with, because remember that action card from that other deck was in the reverse too. Yeah, girl, they do. They be reading the hell out of me when I be reading for y'all. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that was for me as well. Shit. Damn, just put me on the spot. Damn. So, surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Yeah, that doubt, baby. You gotta let that shit go. Because I think the doubt is the thing that contributes to the procrastination. I think I said that, something along those lines earlier, right? I remember I was saying that a lot of times people have a tendency, myself included, people who tend to procrastinate is because they're afraid of failure. They're like, okay, well, if I don't do anything at all, then I didn't technically fail, right? I just didn't do it. But it's like, that maladaptive way of thinking or doing things prevents, things that could be happening, right? So it's like, gotta work on it, myself included. All right, so we have bottom of the deck here. Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes I feel like you guys want to do everything in your own time, myself included again. Y'all really calling me out tonight. Gosh, I feel attacked. Sometimes sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. Yes, your ego, my ego. If a goal isn't manifesting The word manifest has showed up so many times in this reading. I'm just saying. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. That's here on the bottom of the deck. Surrender your addictions. That could be a lot of different things, guys. So you take that as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't, but that can mean a lot of things. So let's just look. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So I want to shout her out real quick. Was it Queen Drea? I think Queen Drea actually was the one who said it, but I don't want to give credit to the wrong person. But if I'm not mistaken, I do believe Queen Drea had mentioned how what we put on our fork is one of the, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong. So I'm just going off memory right now, but she was saying how the things that we put on our fork, right, contribute to how we feel internally. A lot of times, we're so focused on, going to the gym and this and that, and it's like we forget about the stuff that we're actually consuming, right? Like I said, myself included. I've gotten a lot better with my food intake, just generally speaking, but there's other things I could be working on too, and I can admit that. I definitely want to drink less. Easier said than done. It's hard because I work at a liquor store, guys. Like, can you imagine having 9 hours of alcohol around you, and it's like, and you're supposed to know what all this stuff is like. So when people come in, they're like, "Oh, have you ever tried this?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, sure I have." You know what I mean? Like, it's not an excuse, but it's like, you know what I mean? So like, you guys, y'all see me out here when I have my little nippy bottles or whatever. I get, get a few of these, and I drink them or whatever, like that or wine. Usually during the week I do wine, but there's some days where work is hard and I'm like, I'm getting some nips for my job. But usually I have like a bottle of wine, like that lasts for like, a few days or whatever, like one glass per night or something. But even then I'm just like, I want to, like, if I'm using it I'm just using myself as an example, so you might resonate with this. If I'm using certain things as a form of escape, right, there has to be other ways that I can escape in a more positive and productive way. You see what I'm saying? So like, it might not seem like a lot, like, oh, it's just a cocktail, not a big deal. It's just a glass of wine, not a big deal. But when you're doing that kind of often, and it's a way to not have to think about going to work the next day, or so that you could take your mind off of your stresses and things like that. Ask yourself, is that an addiction? Might not be classified as one just yet, right? But over time, it could become one, and that's the whole point. I'm trying to make sure it never gets there, So, just being honest with myself. And another thing for me to overthinking. My God, am I the overthinker or what? I catastrophize things all the fucking time, and I'm working on that too. I used to be really bad. I had to go to therapy about it. I've gotten better, but triggers, right? It happens to all of us, right? So it's like, ask yourself that question. What does that look like for you? And of course, it's not going to resonate with everybody. So people are like, oh, I don't have any of those problems. Okay, that's great. But, a lot of us have something kind of going on that, we might resonate with, whether it's our eating habits. Even like obsessing about going to the gym. That could become a problem. Oh, I didn't lose that amount of, inches off of my waist this week. Now I feel like shit. Now I got to work out harder. That's an addiction. You see what I'm saying? It's about something that's maladaptive. Even things that seem like they could be healthy could become unhealthy over time. So just keep that in mind, right? So nothing wrong with setting goals and stuff for yourself, when you start beating yourself up about it and then overindulging in another activity. That's an addiction. So enough about me teaching you guys about something that you probably already knew, or if you didn't know, maybe you learned something. But I went to school about it, or for it, so like it's quite interesting, right? Yeah, even too much water is bad. Yeah, there's a thing called water intoxication where you could die from it, because you could like deplete all of your electrolytes and stuff like that and die. You would never think that, right? Or whatever, like, where you start to kind of drown in the water that you're consuming. It goes in your lungs. It's crazy. These are things that you would never think could be a bad thing for you, right? But again, too many vitamins, right? Too much protein. You drink too many protein shakes or have too much protein when you eat. If it's not able to come out of your body through your urine properly, it could build up. That's how you get what you call it, kidney stones, or one of the ways that you could get kidney stones. I mean, we could keep going, right? Like addiction is addiction, you know. People automatically think, oh, addiction is just drugs and, you know, really bad stuff. But even the good stuff could become an addiction. Just saying. Okay, so that's enough of that. So I think I'm good with that deck. And I know I said that was the last deck, but I'm going to read from here because it slid under my butt and then it went like that. So I was like, oh. So Spirit basically like tapped me on the butt, Diddy style, and said, oh, one more deck. God, I'm an idiot. Yes, you're right. Balance in all areas of life, right? Hey, no, for real, guys. This is the last cards for the reading, and that's it. And then I'm gonna start winding down. I know I kind of said, oh, I alluded to the idea of going live again, though. It's too late because I went on too late to begin with. Plus, I didn't expect this one to be as long as it is. But again, I've been enjoying doing this, so that's perfectly okay with me. All right. Protection. You guys are divinely protected. Spirit diddle teeth. I can't. Take that. Take that deck, girl. Take that deck, girl. Pick it up, put it down, girl. We are fucking fools. I cannot. Forgiveness. Yes, practicing forgiveness. I'm getting like for yourself, right? Those of you who are really hard on yourself about stuff. For those around you who might have wronged you, who, you know, you might have a challenge there. For some of you, take it as it resonates with me, but if it doesn't. But, you know, forgiveness is really important when it comes to moving forward, especially because when you really reflect back to where this reading kind of started, right? This whole energy of there might have been somebody who really like fucked you over in the past, and whether it was romantically or whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is there might have been people in general who really did you dirty, and like now they're saying, okay, it's time to, you know, release that, right? Forgive, you know, work on that process. And it is a process, trust me, but it's more about yourself versus the other person, right? A lot of times people think of forgiveness as like, oh yeah, you know, you gotta forgive this person, and like you think of forgive this person, like what? Forgive this person, but it's not for them, it's for you. Because if you stay stuck in an energy of resentment and shit like that, who's that serving? Is it helping that person? Absolutely not. Is it helping you? Fuck no. So it's like, why stay in that energy, right? Ask yourself that question. It's time to move forward. It's time to move on. And it's a part of releasing. Hence the whole purpose of this reading. New beginnings. I love it. Working on that forgiving process could help yield more results when it comes to new beginnings. Yeah, remaining open to change, right? Openness on the bottom of the deck. Let's get one more. Let's get actually, well, okay, I'll take all of these. Okay, gosh, it's okay. I would take them. They're like, no, we got more to say. So don't limit us to one card. That's what they basically said. They're saying you guys have the potential to do so many things, right? So much potential for you guys when it comes to things that are coming towards you. I also am getting that this is a time to also focus on things that are fun. I think I said very early in the reading that this is a time to have some fun. I think you guys have been all work, no play, not really going out much, putting plans on hold. Let's say if you have like dinner dates or something like with friends and stuff, and you say, oh yeah, we're gonna do that, and then like the time comes, you're like, they're like, yeah, well, you're gonna have to like take a breather at some point. Smell the roses while you can, right? While we're here, enjoy life. Have fun, you know, things that are pleasurable to you. Go out and do those things. And we have enlightenment here too. Those all came out together. I feel like you guys are having a great sense of enlightenment at this time as you learn and grow and work on yourself. Bottom of the deck, we have openness here again. Top of the deck, you have community. It's in the reverse on the top of the deck. I'm getting like, okay, let me show you the card first before I say anything. But so you can see how it's like a rainbow and the butterflies and stuff. I feel like, okay, I'm getting two messages with that card. One message I'm getting, especially because it was in the reverse, there might be people in your community that might be leading you astray. That's one message I'm getting. Be careful of those people. Those are people that you don't want in your energy, that you have to release, right? In order to progress and ascend in your life, right? The other message I'm getting is maybe some of you don't rely enough on your soul tribe or the people in your community that are actually good people that you can kind of learn from and stuff. Maybe you don't rely on those people enough. Get advice or ask for help, right? So, you know, take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But I'm getting something like that when it comes to this community part. Just making sure you don't follow blindly too, right? Like, don't let people lead you astray type of thing. Just pay attention to people's motives and things like that. You know, use your intuition for sure. And we have adventures. You know, there are new things awaiting you at this time. So pay close attention, right? I know this is mad random, but there's 3 people and 12 likes. That's actually my date of birth. PM. Yeah, that's my date of birth. It's kind of cool. Yeah, 312. Interesting. That was 412 up there, but yeah. And I know so I was born on that date. But yeah, that's my birth time, which is kind of cool. But yes, so with all that said, guys, I love you guys so very, very much. Thanks for rocking with your girl for over 2 hours. Wow. Spirit had a lot to say. Like, I really got on here low energy. I was like, I do not know how long this reading's gonna actually go for. I'm tired and I'm hungry and blah blah blah. I had all the complaints like starting off, and now look at us here, you know, over 2 hours later. So I love you too. And yeah, so definitely was meant for me to get on when I did. And I was inspired by Lati because she had just went on prior to me deciding that I wanted to go on, but I missed her reading, so I gotta watch that before I go to sleep. Yeah, so I will also say, for those of you who are still here, check out my girls Lati from Tears and Be Tarot Show, as well as Aya Inspired Tarot for great content and for readings, because they are absolutely amazing at what they do. Yeah, and if you're new and you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate the support. And thank you for those of you who have already been rocking with me, for the continued support. You guys are the best. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for somebody when it comes to really, you know, reaching your fullest potential, you know, because you guys got some great stuff coming towards you, you know. Just gotta believe in yourself more and release some of those old people, old ways of doing things to get there, right? A lot of ideas that you're sitting on that it's time to actually manifest and work on. So like I said, I hope this was helpful, and until next time, my lovies,